Ryoma gets down on one knee and proposes to Queen. The two happily skip away together as she accepts. Goodness gracious, that's not a couple I expected. Although, now that we're thinking out loud, that is the king of the ring. Or our two royal crown people, huh? Well, all right, RNG. I guess we're starting off the season real cool, huh? Well, it's Sweet 16, baby. Good day, good people. Another fine day in the year of the resolve. Toonlink Dave, Bravo Dave, Anomaly, the Anomaly Cars. Few know me as the man who's ready to kick this season off. It is a double header here on Friday v Day, Friday v Time, Hunger Games. The season 16 premiere this season, as I zoom in for you guys, brings back the Retribution Rumble. It's gonna be a fun season. It's time to kick off the season that, well, I don't know how far it's gonna take us, because this is, it'll take us into the summer. We'll get there. Regardless, we got 24 competitors in this first episode of this season's singles action. Let's introduce everybody, starting with our champion, Kizakura. Won it at the end of season 15 with that beautiful title in his hat. He's looking to pull off a magic trick and keep that title in his hat rather than pull it off. And we have the underboss of the Mafia, Saturday vs. Mafia. It is Hero. Hero came, saw, and conquered in that big match, but he was already in the premiere, so I was like, I mean, good on you, Hero. Queen, who has in the AWE kind of turned a little bit, I would say most definitely turned heel. And who knows what else she could be up to. With her is Nagisa in District 2. District 3 sees Maki and Monotaro. District 4, the Great Gozu and Angie. District 5 sees Acknowledge Her Paimon with Professor Layton. And District 6 sees Ibuki and Hajime to wrap off your top 12 from the season 15 finale. This time, though, let's take a walk down memory lane when it comes to pre-season. When we were finding our underboss, Mukuro came so close so far. I hear that she might actually be in the Mafia anyway. But with her is Rantaro. District 8 sees in the game that brought forth the Shadow Dragon of the Fire Emblem variety. Chisa stood on top, but Cord was right behind her. District 9, we were remembering the Rumble. And when we did so, we have our Women's Rumble winner. Actually came in second during that episode, but Gatekeeper came through. And interestingly enough, I think Gatekeeper was number 1 in that Rumble, and March was number 30, question mark? District 10 sees Ryota in the, yes, this was the name game, wasn't it? Was it the name game? I think it must have been. But he's here, along with Dr. Taichi. District 11 sees new Agent of Chaos representing Praise and Aru. It is Pandreo here with Yuta, Fear the Asahinas. And we also have Masaru and Ryoma, co-Agents of Chaos, which means immediately there is a 1 in 12 chance. I need to push the button. Boom! Immediately there's a 1 in 12 chance where we might see a Chaos Transferal at the start of the season. We saw one tag team action last season, but this time could happen in singles action. Will it happen? Will it happen as we start? We'll see it. Could Masaru or Ryoma pull it off? I'm kind of excited to find out. I hope you guys are too. It is probably premiere time. It's double header action. I hope you guys are prepared. Let me know first, second, and third in the comments in the live chat. How are y'all doing? It is Friday. I'm excited for it. That being said, yes, go and vote. I was like, something ends real soon. Go in there. Get in there. 2 things to talk about then. Vote. It's almost time to end those votes for Ticket to Paradise. The people, the folks who you guys want to enter, potentially get to the last spot in Ticket to Paradise. You can go and make those selections right here, right now, for the gentleman's side and the ladies' side. Get in there. Top 6 will all be fighting, but only one from both sides will go on to the Ticket to Paradise matchup, the golden ticket matchup inside of that chamber. That's all for that. That being said, your OCs for this season, those submissions are closing soon as well. So get in there, yeah, get in there, yeah. Get in there. Goes at the end of this month, which is really only like a week away, so get in there one more time. Yeah. With all that out of the way, I think it's time we actually start this episode. I'm gonna make my picks though. Championship on the line. I'm gonna go ahead and say Rantaro for first place. I think Rantaro's gonna come through here. He's gonna be like, ah, yeah, it's mine. For a second, I'm gonna take the underboss, Hero. And for third, I'm gonna take March. It's still her month, so that's how I'm gonna take March. You know what? Not for nothing. Those are my picks. Hopefully you guys have made yours. And without further ado, I think it's time we start this episode. First episode of the Sweet 16 season. And that is 2. It's a tiny pot. Can I smash it open? Are there gonna be rupees inside? No, it's wait, hold on. There's a label on the bottom. Strawberry sorbet scented candle. Open it. Oh, wait a minute. That smells kind of nice. It's a big old candle. All right, oh yeah, but sure. I got a lighter in here. Very a U.S. aviator, a very, very American lighter. I'll set it on fire. It went out. Hold on. Bro, there we go. I was so confused. I was like, it just went out for a second. I got time to light this candle. Oh, very nice. I gotta find Asmir. Never mind. Don't play around, fire. You could have burned the house down. Goodness gracious. I'm putting this candle right here. It's a new season. I'm starting to get used to your shenanigans, but like could we behave just a little bit? Just don't do this next time. I'm gonna get Pablo next time. Pablo, he's a behaved kid. Let's roll this. In fact, no. I don't trust you to flip around all over the place with a lit candle. Alright, how many times we rolling real quick? Oh, to start the season is gonna be a spectacular time. And not just one time to be, mind you, not even just 2 times to quite mind you, a 3rd time to mind your mind, and maybe even 4 times. No, that won't 4. I think all y'all know that it's time for the spiciest of RNG. We're kicking off this season with a bang. It is time for 5 times. The spiciest of RNG is in play. But who will walk out as your Danganronpa Hunger Games champion of champions? Kizakura, I wish you the best of luck. Everyone else, let's see what you're made of. Because it is time, the horn bearers, they are going to go over there and they're going to sound the horns, aren't they? At least I think they are. Is that the horns? Oh! It is! Sounded the horns. They are doing it, and they're doing it for the first time in the Sweet 16th season. But I digress. Let's make our mark. It's a double header. And to start us all off, Ryoma gets down on one knee and proposes to Queen. The two happily skip away together as she accepts. Goodness gracious. That's not a couple I expected. Although, now that we're thinking out loud, that is the king of the ring. Or our two royal crown people. Huh. Well, alright, RNG, I guess we're starting off the season real cool, huh? Monotaro finds a tube in the cornucopia. He plays it gloriously until enraged Sato rushes in and kills him, the doctor, and Mockingbird knives. Nagisa comes in with a spoon and he gets laughed at. Gozu runs away. Hiro refuses to fall into despair. Chisa takes a sickle from inside of the cornucopia. Yuta runs away, or rather runs into the cornucopia and hides. Monster grabs a backpack full of camping equipment. Gatekeeper forces Ryota to start singing "Please Give Me Wings." Angie runs away from the cornucopia. Paimon acts antisocial and refuses to introduce herself. Hi, Jimmy. Convinces Rantaro, Ibuki, Pandreo, Mukuro, and March to boycott the killing game. Court is sick and tired of playing nice and turns heel. Layton snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag, and Kizakura gets carried away and challenges Monokuma to a duel. In response, Monokuma rips him in half, and just like that, I'll be frank, I wasn't ready for it this soon. It is indeed a new champ Alert. Just like that. Real early, too. That's crazy. Well, let's see who's walking out with that title. As we proceed, we see Day 1 and March isn't surprised that Masaru's made it this far, new agent of chaos. Layton, the Doctor, Ibuki, Ginjo scrummed with Hajime, Nagisa, and the Gatekeeper over who's gonna let him in next. Saturday or Monday, probably nobody. Prayman doesn't really do that anymore. Paimon chases Rantaro around with a mace. Pandreo performs a fatal ultra combo on his own tag team partner, Angie. He was like, we're not working together yet. I'll see you in the next game, sucker. Queen tells Ryoma that she's a cardboard clone of Queen created by Ivy. Y'all are really like vibing a lot. Cord uses righteous anger and yeets Chisa into the oblivion. Maki and the greatest of Gozus insult each other relentlessly after getting into a bloody fight. Yuta goes nya nya to Honora Ryota. Mukuro thinks that Avi has an addiction to getting new addictions, and Hiro sleeps the entire day away from everybody else. No arena events, no shenanigans, just 4 people gone, 20 remain in this classic episode. It is the saddest of all moments for Monotaro, the former champion Kizakura, Angie, Chisa. I mean, unless nobody wins, I suppose. Kizakura has 1 shot and 1 shot only. And that's if nobody wins this game. We'll proceed. Oh, well, not proceed. We have to see everybody's statuses. Just the 4 gone. Monotaro, Angie, the champion, and Chisa. What can I tell you? Except that we gotta keep on going. This show must continue on the road. It's gotta hit the choo-choo. It's gotta be the big train. Do the Amtrak. I don't know where that came from, but we're gonna keep going. The big train. Night 1, Maki dyes her yellow, and that's probably bad for an assassin, to be honest. She's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Paimon challenges Nagisa to a dance-off. Nagisa dominates. Masaru hops into inflatable cauldron, jokes how he's emergency food. He might have a problem with Paimon standing right there. Ridiculous. Yuta goes to the hotel with the gatekeeper. Not the great keeper. The Great Gozu Gatekeeper tag team. The Great Keepers. But somehow wakes up next to Rantaro. Layton's reflection of the mirror distorts from his true self as he pleases with what he sees. The Doctor made an etch-a-sketch for Pandreo. Oh, I'm sorry, shows Pandreo the portrait he made for March. The Doctor was cheating on Pandreo with March all along. Hajime hit Cord with some sweet chin music. Kotoko introduces Queen to her long-lost twin Kotoka. Ibuki, Gozu, Mukuro, Ryota, and Ryoma get together to form an idol group, and Hiro hums quietly as we go to the next round. It is Day 2. As Queen decides to do the Gatekeeper's free time events, Queen thinks that she is rather gotten closer to the Gatekeeper today. Layton diverts March's attention, runs away. Gozu, Ryoma, Rantaro, and Ibuki play cards. Paimon investigates the school grounds looking for clues. Maki, Ryota, and Pandreo hold an intervention for my pancake addiction. Well, I mean, I trust Maki. I do trust Pandreo. I don't really know this Ryota guy, but I'll trust him. I'm not paying attention, though. Yuta and Hajime kiss under the mistletoe. Masaru freaks out upon seeing a painting of dogs playing poker. Mukuro drives up to Maki Donald's, wants an ice cream. It's broke. Cord's still alive, and AV forces the Doctor to work at the arena supermarket. AV's Wares in Despair is the best one of all time. As a cashier, after, hold on. There we go, put that right there. I had a can literally right in the way of the bottom of this event. Hiro and Nagisa think this is a perfect opportunity to score free food from him. Will proceed. We didn't lose anybody. Well, maybe this RNG isn't quite as spicy as we thought. Everyone's just gonna be vibing, I think. Is this the vibe time? Is this the vibe check? Are we about to all pass the vibe check? No, because there's a group of Komodo dragons, because there always is. Gozu pissed him off, and he got killed for his actions. Ryoma fends Maki, Hajime, and Layton away from his fire. Ryota is plagued by recurring nightmares throughout the night. Cord tells Gatekeeper a bunch of useless fun facts. Pandreo throws what they think is a Molotov at Ibuki. Turns out the Molotov's just a rag, it's not even on fire. Nagisa buys every version of Uno from AV's Wares and Despairs. Masaru teaches the Doctor and Paimon how to use ice magic. Queen and Rantaro get lost in the coldest part of the arena. Hiro and March hold hands. Mukuro sets up a rival store for AV's Wares and Despairs, and Yuta, yes, Queen. Day 3, as Paimon ambushes Cord and kills him. Not Cord, not our boy. The Doctor makes a deal with Nagisa. Yuta can't wait to kill Sayaka this game. She's not here, but I appreciate the enthusiasm. Layton has drip. Pandreo's full of it. What is it, you may ask? It's death. He's a dead man. Ryota thinks it's too dang hot. It is starting to get warm, and I hate it. Gatekeeper finds the remains of the Viking ship. Monster stomps all over March's garden. A now enraged March murders him with a hoe and buries him in said garden. One of our Agents of Chaos is out of here. We will not see a Chaos Transferal on Monster's end. We see it on Ryoma's end. Maybe. Hero. Investigating the school ground looking for clues. Mukuro and Queen have a picnic on a cliff. Nothing goes wrong, surprisingly. Rantaro uses righteous anger and yeets Hajime into the oblivion. There's been a lot of yeeting this episode, apparently. Everyone's yeeting good today. Maki wonders what events are canon to the Danganronpa Hunger Games lore, and Ibuki is exposed to Ryoma's sensitivity aura, causing her to become more emotional. So part of me feels like it's now Ibuki who's completely mellowed down, saying, man, I still got a long ways to go. We'll proceed. Another 5 are gone this day. And that brings us down to 15 after the saddest of all moments. 4. Gozu, Cord, Pandreo, Masaru, Hajime. 15 left. We'll see everybody's statuses. Hiro, Queen, Nagisa, and Maki all in the first row. Paimon, Professor Layton, and Ibuki, the Bookster. Mukuro and Rantaro from District 7. District 9 has Gatekeeper and March. Agent of Chaos Ryoma in District 12, 11 stars Yuta, and District 10 stars Ryota, and Dr. Taichi, who is walking out of here with the Danganronpa Hunger Games Champion of Champions title. Will it be anybody? Will it be more than one person? All of these questions and more. What? Imagine this is the season that we have co-champions and co-agents of chaos. We would be spinning the wheel a whole lot, wouldn't we? Oh man. Well, let's see if that possibility comes true. As the beat goes on, as the show goes on, we proceed again. And Night 3 sees Mukuro tucking March into bed and giving them a goodnight kiss. Gatekeeper brags to Hero that he has 70 alternative accounts. Layton and Ryoma decide to invade Queen's shelter but fall victim to the booby trap she has laid in place. Well, there will be no Chaos Transferal on these fronts. Maki is bludgeoned to death. With Justice Hammer 1, we haven't seen that thing in ages. We saw it at the 1 versus 100 episode. Calm down. Paimon is sick and tired of playing nice and turns heel, and we still acknowledge her. Ibuki poisons Ryota's drink, but mistakes it for her own and dies. She is also out of here. Rantaro's abilities keep him up all night. Yuta dies to her blue. Is it going to be like a Nagisa blue? Because Nagisa says, dang, that hairstyle you just gave yourself? Oh man, that's absolutely glorious. My elbow almost knocked down that whole thing. Glorious indeed, to say the least. But I digress. We gotta keep on keeping on, don't we? We got more places to go. We got places to do, so much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong? We're taking the back streets, and the back streets are gonna take us to day 4. As Mukuro does a cool skateboarding trick to amuse Nagisa. Yuta searches for firewood. Paimon finds a bikini and puts it on. It's quite revealing. Wait, this is the wrong simulator. Ah well. March impales the doctor with a machete. Ryota starts writing a novel. Will he ever finish it? Ryota smiling there like, yeah, I'm gonna be unassuming and try to win this game. He might. Hero makes a slingshot, and Queen and Gatekeeper toss Rantaro's items in the lava. We are down. Another 5. In fact, we're at your saving grace picks. We're actually there, and especially so after this saddest of all moments. 4. Professor Layton. Ryoma. I'm sorry, Kang Ryoma. Maki. Ibuki. The Doctor. Taichi. And just like that, we've lost 14 competitors. 10 remain. How are your picks doing? My pick for first still in there. Look at him, Rantaro. I said that man, he's going places. But will he go all the way? I don't need a new pick for first, but some of you might. And to help you out, to ease some of that pain, allow me to let you make some new picks. And in the Sweet 16 season, I think we can call them none other than Saving Grace Picks. We got your top 10 representing the Mafia. We have Hero, crystal ball in hand and Mafia hat on his head. Will Hero be able to come through and win for the Mafia? Queen and Nagisa in this very blue district. Blue to dabba-dee-dabba-dow. Queen, Nagisa, Will it happen? We'll have to see. Paimon. Acknowledge her. Still in District 5, 1 KO. You don't even need 1 KO. Can she still float her way to the victory? She's done it before. Can she hold the Champion of Champions title again, this time going into a season? District 7 sees Mukuro and Rantaro both still in there, my pick, and a member of the Mafia. In Mukuro, will they, either one of them, claim that W? But keep in mind, our Rumble standouts, Gatekeeper started everything all off against Makoto, and March, who won the whole dang thing on the women's side in the AWE. They're still in the top 10. Will they go all the way? They know how to outlast. District 10 sees Ryota. In the name game, he showed up. He said, all right, you know what? I'll do what I can do, and he did. He sure did it. Will he somehow, someway walk in to this season, not as a one-shot appearance, but as champion Yuta? Never count out Nasahina. Anytime Yuta's in a championship match, you better have your eyes on him. Do not lose focus on him, because he will show up, he will show off, he will take advantage, and he will prove why he's a future Hall of Famer. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all she wrote for all of our competitors right here, right now. Final 10, who do you got first, second, third? Live chat, who do you got first, second, and third? I'm gonna make my picks first. I'm keeping my guy Rantaro. He was first, I got him doing it again. Gatekeeper, he's gonna be the gatekeeper for the top 2. I think I got him for second place, and for third, it's gotta be your queen. Queen, the royal crown of the AWE is gonna be queen, and it's gonna be her time. That being said, well, what else can I say except there's 10 competitors left, and within your final 10, you've made your picks, I made mine. They got one thing on their minds. Who is taking Kizakura's championship? Hero. Queen. Nagisa, Paimon, Mukuro. Rantaro. Gatekeeper. March. Ryota. Yuta. 10 competitors, a full set of 10, but only 1 or 2 or none will walk out with a championship, and so their hearts beat with the same pulse. Fate. Determination as that of a samurai woman. Final 10, let's make some magic happen. Who's walking in the Sweet 16th season as champion? Proceed to see. Nagisa attempts to gather all the lore on Slugma-Face Mukuro. Throws a party inviting everybody, Queen, Gatekeeper, and March. It's gonna be a good time, but it turns sour when they argue what should be playing through the speakers. It's gotta be this. Hero unknowingly eats toxic berries. Rest in peace to the Mafia mans. Paimon sets up camp for the night. Ryota does their yellow, and Yuta puts his trust in Rantaro, allows himself to fall backwards. Rantaro actually catches him. Yuta says, I trust you with my life, brother. We're going all the way, brother. We'll proceed again, and it is the feast, and the cornucopia is replenished with food, weapons, and more marks from the tribute's families. Paimon decides not to go. Yuta severely injures Mukuro, leaves her there to die. Queen decides not to attend the feast. Rantaro is sick and tired of playing nice and turns heel. I think he was heel last season too. Ryota takes a staff leaning on the cornucopia, and March challenges Nagisa and Gatekeeper to an anything goes pancake eating competition, and Nagisa and Gatekeeper are murdered by March. Wait a minute. Where's my notepad? It's usually right here. Did it fall? I guess we'll never know. Well, it's gone forever. I'll find it after this episode, but I'll just make sure that we add to that championship March 7th. But we still have more to get through, so hit the Samurai Woman again. March said, even if I don't win today, I'm coming for that Pancake Championship in the very, very, very near future, March 7th. Good luck to you, but we still have a show to get on the road. We still have Paimon. We still have Yuta. We have Queen, Rantaro, Ryota, and March. Final 6. Let's see how it all plays out. Do we drop down to 5? We do. And Ryota was a good shot, but you just couldn't make it as Queen does a sick kickflip. Yuta catches Ryota off guard and kills him, saying, I got more experience than you. pal. And I forced Rantaro to work at AV's Wares and Despairs as a cashier. We have an icon from Genshin. We have an icon from Star Rail. We got an icon from Undertale. Not Undertale, I'm sorry. Deltarune. Still, you know, the Undertale, not even, I guess not the Undertale universe, but you know, the Undertale franchise. Yuta and Rantaro. I'm excited to see how this all plays out. That's our final 5. Paimon and Marth are trying to score free food off of Rantaro, and unless there's an arena event, which there is not. 5 still in, 5 gone from our final 10 to 5. It was a terrible turnabout. 4. Hiro, Mukuro, Nagisa, the Gatekeeper, Ryuta. And so, it is Queen, Paimon, Rantaro, March 7th, and Yuta. Queen, the Royal Crown. Paimon, former Champion of Champions, your traveling companion acknowledgement. Rantaro, Tag Team Hall of Famer. March 7th, the one and only winner of the 2023 AWE Women's Rumble, and lastly, a man who has accolades out the wazoo. Could add another one today, Yuta. A very strong final 5. It could go anybody's way. But, between Queen, Paimon, Rantaro, March, and Yuta. Branching paths could see them all walk out as champions, but today, there's no branches. There's just one single path. And that path has led them all to be caught in what we like to call within our final 5 in championship action, a crisis of fate. Queen, Paimon, Rantaro, March, and Yuta. We proceed, and we see the Queen was a clone, and Rantaro was the real Queen all along. Yuta attacks March with the legacy of his bloodline. His bloodline was the Asahina bloodline was powerful enough to annihilate March, and Paimon attempts to climb a tree but falls to her death. Paimon, no, you could have floated. Just like that, we are down to Queen, Rantaro, and Yuta as we proceed. It is not over yet, but Queen strangles Rantaro after engaging a fistfight. Yuta exclaims not the Komodos for every reason in particular is, it's just 2. It is Queen, it is Yuta, and between these final 2, I'm so interested to see who the people are gonna root for after this terrible turnabout. 4. March, Paimon, Rantaro. And as I said earlier, you see Yuta in a match like this, you don't count him out. But in a very, a very different Queen has been competing lately, and that Queen might walk out not only Royal Crown this year, might walk into Season 16 as your Champion of Champions, and so I have to ask you, who? 3 KOs and 3 KOs, Queen, Yuta. Yuta is a guaranteed future first ballot Hall of Famer. In fact, the next time we do the Hall of Fames, this coming late summer / early fall, he's gonna be there, I can almost guarantee you. That being said, adding another championship to his accolades, he hasn't really done too much in a long time. Sometimes we think about, what have you done for me lately? This time, he's saying, lately, I've been feeling like it's time to do it again. I've given everybody else their opportunity to shine, but now I want another run. Will it be Yuta, or will it be a robot who has been rather devious as of late? Someone who's destroyed an ally by chucking them into a metal cell. One who decided to win the Royal Crown by just leaving the opponent on the outside. Something where we all thought, that's not so decisive, but she walked in and she said, it's me. I'll get the win however I can. I'm Queen. Now bow down. Will it be Queen holding on to gold, or will it be Yuta? And I want you guys to also paint the picture that in the AWE, the person who Queen faced after winning that Royal Crown was Yuta's sister. Is Queen about to be beaten by another Asahina, or is she about to take out her anger on Yuta? So, live chat Queen. Yuta. Yuta. Queen. Both? Neither. A story will be told, and that story is Queen jumps into the sky and says, "Your sister embarrassed me, and now I'm going to finish you." And finish she did with her signature Queen kick. She said, "I don't need a fastball punch for you. Taste my heel and stay down forever." And just like that, as we proceed, is the definitive answer. And your winner is... representing District 2... Oh, this is so fascinating, because I don't know if you realize this, because one Royal Crown champion, one Royal Crown is now your new Danganronpa Hunger Games Champion of Champions Queen. But I want you to keep in mind who are your Agents of Chaos. Masaru, of course, but who got Masaru there? The co-Agent of Chaos, the other Royal Crown in Ryoma. That does not put a damper on the victory of Queen from District 2. And I'll say it one more time for your new Danganronpa Hunger Games Champion of Champions, Queen. Bow down to her. You know what? There was a lot of fun fun little tidbits of RNG in here, like Yuta, the sister of Hina, the one who beat Queen and made sure the Queen wasn't champion, was toe-to-toe with Queen this time, and this time Queen said, "I'm not losing to another Asahina. Bow down." That being said, she's the champion of champions here in the Danganronpa Hunger Games. She's the Royal Crown over in the AWE, but never forget who the men's Royal Crown is. It is our current Hunger Games co-Agent of Chaos, Ryoma. How did we get here? How interesting. Oh man, alright, man, I love that. Yuta 2nd place, Rantaro 3rd, Paimon 4th, March 7th and 5th, Ryota. Good on you, lad. In 6th place, Gatekeeper 7th, Nagisa 8th, Mukuro 9th, and rounding off your top 10 was Hero, the Mafia, rounding off the top 10, to be honest. An incredible match. Kizukura, you did not have a strong showing for your championship. One can only hope that Gamble Pays Off has a better showing than you did. And that's the game. Good job, we still have another game on our hands, don't we? First and foremost, we'll point out this one. Start off with Monotaro getting taken out by Sato quick, but it all ended with Queen saying, "I'm not losing to another Asahina, not today, not like this, not for another title." We proceed again. March 7th and Queen both had 4 KOs, Yuta with 3. Cord, Dr. Taichi, Paimon, Pandreo, and Rantaro all with 1 as we wrap off our singles episode. Right now, season 16, the Sweet 16 has the Sweet 16 has finally started. Are y'all ready? I hope so. Rumble stuff will start to happen after these premieres. Get out of the way, but we got another premiere on our hands, don't we? Let's go back to the Reaping. Right now, you see all of these single stars, but soon you're about to be seeing tag teams take their spots, because right now, right here, let's see it happen. Queen, congratulations. Some people are gonna love that. Actually, I think a lot of people are gonna hate it, but I like the story that's being told with Ryoma being the other Royal Crown. We have some magic that could happen from that. And Queen saying, "I'm not letting another Asahina beat me." Fun little RNG moments there, but let's see if we get some more fun RNG moments in tag team action. Gamble Pays Off, good luck to you. Take us away, also me. Wa-cha-chas. Second verse, same as the first. Let's go ahead, let's go on. It is time for the second half of this episode. It is Danganronpa Hunger Games. We got tag team action, gamble pays off, titles on the line. You just saw who just won the Danganronpa Hunger Games Champion of Champions title. And this time around, we'll see how this all plays out, and we'll see if the gamble will pay off for, starting off at the top, your tag team champions for Yelan. Gamble pays off Celeste and Halara. For Hatsune Miku, it is Big Junko and Kizuna Kizzy. Virtual Idols, Let Him Cook has Teru Teru and Guinea Boy. I Hate That Hedgehog has Monokuma and Dr. Robotnik as Eggman. Ghostbusters has for Gonta, Panette, and Kokichi. Fantastic Gymnastics for Miss Violet from Persona 5. It is Akane, and it is Mizuki. Poor Unfortunate Souls for the poor unfortunate soul who just lost his singles championship. Juzo and Tengen could bring Kizakura a tag team championship. Memory is key for Hajime, who just participated in the previous installment. Kyoko and Yuma try and carry on for Memory is key. Flower Power for Dedu, The Flowers and Desker. We have Monophony and Noir. Couples counseling for Yuta, who is still recovering after that masterful kick right to his jaw. Mew and Jotaro try and carry on and get those tag team titles back. Magic and Science for Nagisa, who participated last time as well. Usami and Maya trying to get him a championship, and after a little bit of dissension between Pandreo and Angie, Angie's back. Pandreo's sitting with this one out. Barbara's now coming in, and Praise and Aru are this season's Sweet 16 tag team Agents of Chaos. Now, go and make your picks first, second, and third. We already been through all the stuff. It's gonna be a good time. Live chat, y'all keep on doing what you're doing. Give me for first place. I gotta take the Ghostbusters. If there's something strange in your neighborhood, ha, who you gonna call? Probably actually not any of the Ghostbusters. maybe, yeah, probably not any, unless the problem is bugs, you might call Gonta. I don't know about these other two. You might be able to trust Panette. Kokichi you probably wouldn't call. For second, I think I'm gonna go I Hate That Hedgehog, and I think I'm gonna go for the sweep on that row. I'm gonna take Fantastic Gymnastics for third. Those are my picks. You guys, I'm certain, have made yours already, and without further ado, Asner's still right here. Luckily not on fire, so I think we're gonna go ahead. Even though I said I was gonna go and get Pablo. If you guys have a match soonish, but also, don't forget OC Revolution is, I believe, next Saturday, given the time and date that this is going up. That sounds about right. Get excited for it. OC Tag Team Championships, AWE OC Tag Team Championships are about to be unveiled. We'll see who the crowning people will be. Murasaki. I was staring at Mizuki and I was like, Mizuki's not who else the championship. And David both defending the... I should play the music. Let's play the music. I didn't want to take too much time at the start of this, but like I think we can take a second to play the OC Revolution music. Make it feel like a little bit more of a proper announcement. OC Revolution is coming this next Saturday. Not this Saturday, because that would be tomorrow. In about 8 days' time, OCs will take the ring once again. Tag team championships, rivalries, OC championships, everything is going to be on the line. It is going to be a fantastic event, and it'll all be brought to you once again by the phenomenal, hard-hitting reporter, Dirk Madison. So, get your popcorn, get your OCs ready. It's time. It's time for Revolution. It's gonna be a fantastic time. OC Revolution Spring is on Good Saturday, I think, because I think Easter's that Sunday. Good Saturday, get the good vibrations going. OC Revolution coming your way. Okay, now let's roll. I do love the OC Revolution song a whole lot. Asnir, let's get the show on the road. How many times were we simulating? We're not going to spend too much time. We already had a whole episode before this, so one good spin, a second good spin. Again? Well, you won't catch me complaining, to be honest. So, y'all saw what happened last time when we did not one time, not two times, there we go, not 3, not 4, but for what has been foretold to be the spiciest of RNG. For all of those who came before and all of those who will come after, for all the games we have played and all of the games that will be played. It is the spiciest of RNG, and we resimulate 5 times. Celeste, Halara, Big Junko, Kizzy, Teru, Gin, Monokuma, Eggman, Panette, Kokichi, Akane, Mizuki, Juzo, Tengen, Kyoko, Yuma, Monofony, Noir, Mew, Jotaro, Usami, Maya, Angie, Barbara. Tag team titles on the line. No new champ alert, but how long will that last? As we start to click proceed, and as we do so, the Horn Bears do their thing. Go ahead, Horn Bears. Y'all play your silly horns. Thank you, Horn Bears. Started to feel myself for a minute. Panette runs away from the cornucopia. Maya finds. Wait. Maya finds the tuba in the cornucopia. Oh no. Oh, you played the wrong instrument, girl. Tengen rose away from the cornucopia. Mizuki was spacing out. One of the dire walnut landed on a 1. That was the spiciest of RNG. In fact, Mizuki, Angie, and Teru both run away from the cornucopia. Monokuma tries to explain to Monokuma that there's been a mistake and that he's not supposed to be here. Monokuma kind of believes it, but then he's like, oh yeah, whatever. Kyo can't remember who they are. Kokichi tries to help her remember. On the long list of people I don't trust to help me remember who I am, Kokichi's up there. Up there in the upper echelons of that list. Halara runs away from the cornucopia. Usami and Celeste recognize each other and put their trust in one another. Yuma runs away from the cornucopia. Gin lies to Monofony about body swapping with Kizzy to mess with them. They're promptly killed to prevent a body swap win. Akane grabs a backpack and retreats. Noir brings one of the weapons that Muse, begs for one of the weapons rather than Muse picked up. She feels bad, reluctantly gives it to Noir, who immediately kills Mew with it. Rest in peace to her. Juzo, Eggman and Big Junko start fighting, but Eggman runs away as Juzo kills Big Junko. How you do that? Barbara runs over from the cornucopia, and Jotaro, and I think their whole team is out actually, because Mew just got out, steps off the podium too soon and blows up. They're not getting those titles back, not today. That's Panette. Oh my gosh, what is this one? Once AVD evolves a chance, Juzo questions his sanity. Barbara starts hanging on missiles in the arena, but Angie swoops in, snaps her and burns the missile. Akane, Noir, and Kizzy unsuccessfully ambush Monokuma, Mizuki, and Kyoko, who killed him instead. We're starting off this one hot. Tengen hopes that AV doesn't jinx him. No promises. Yuma, Celeste, and Teru holding an inventory for my darts addiction. I didn't show up because I don't have one. Usami's phone rings. There's no caller ID. When she picks it up, it's Halara on the other line insulting her and also telling her it's time for money. AV confuses Eggman for Hilda Howe. They're both former AWE champions. Easy peasy. And Kokichi finds Chuichi's hat and puts it on. Kokichi the detective. We lost 9. 9 of our 24 already. Goodness gracious. That brings us down to a swift 15. 5 more until your saving grace picks just like that. And a saddest of all moment. Maya, Gin, Monofony, Mew, Big Junko, Jotaro, Akane, Noir, Kizzy. We lost a lot, and I think we lost a couple of full teams, right? Because Flower Power and Virtual Idols both out, and Couples Counseling, yeah. In fact, of our 9, 3 of them were full teams. Sucks for those 3 teams. That being said, Champs completely in, Agents of Chaos completely in. Fantastic Gymnastics still holding on to hope with Mizuki. Magic and Science still holding on for Usami, and Let Him Cook has Teru. Everyone else doing A-okay at this point. Everyone else still completely in, and with that, we go on. We've never done a doubleheader premiere like this outside of OC, so I'm kind of curious to see how this plays out. Let's play it out, actually. Let's keep going. And as we do so, Night 1 sees Barbara getting oh my, what is this game? You're about to lose a night. You're about to beat your saving grace fix. My gosh. Barbara gets killed and replaced by a realistic doll made in her image. She's technically still in, we're gonna allow that, but who's not still in is Tengen, Celeste, Juzo, and Usami, as Kokichi starts off an explosive, taking out a whole team in Poor Unfortunate Souls, true to their name right now, Celeste, half of the tag team champions, and Usami getting their team out as well. Yuma threatens Panetta in fluent Japanese, Eggman and Alara start kicking Kyoko for unknown reasons, Monokuma finishes a nighttime cough before joining in, Mizuki develops an irrational fear of Teru after having a nightmare about him. Mizuki, I think that's a pretty rational fear, actually. Yeah, no, that's pretty rational. Angie finds a virus in the simulator and is killed by it, but I think she actually might survive. Kyoko receives milk supplies from its secret admirer. Kokichi receives milk supplies as well. Monokuma chases Yuma around with a mace. Halara has balloons. Barbara comes by and pops them. Eggman starts to go insane. Teru hands Mizuki and Angie an invitation to his birthday party. They both tear up the invitation before his very eyes. And Panette finds a Yeet-Ball. This one was much more peaceful, but we definitely lost 4 people. And after this, saddest of all moments for these 4. Tengen, Celeste, Juzo, Usami. Well, see everybody's statuses real quick. We're at 11 now, I think. 1, 2, this whole row except for 1. I was kind of right to get us a bet on this row. Look at them, they're kind of cooking. I'm not counting, we're just gonna do that. It is 11. Gamble pays off style Halara. Halara could go on and retain that championship. I hate that Hedgehog's completely in. Let Him Cook still has Teru. Ghostbusters completely in. Fantastic Gymnastics still has Mizuki. Memory is Keys completely in. And Praise Naru's completely in. We have, I think, 4 full teams. And then a couple other, like, half teams. So you know what? Let's just see how it plays out. I want to see how these teams start to get broken up. All we need is 1 more until your saving grace picks. Will we get it? I mean, last time we had a peaceful day. Maybe we'll have another one this time. Right? Well, I mean, I don't know if I can call it this peaceful. Nobody in the game died, but 247 million perished. That's a lot. Laura. Kyoko and Mizuki enter scrum debate with Monokuma, Barbara, and Yuma. What's gonna happen first? Avi no longer making typos or conjugating a W. Kokichi's obnoxious snoring renders Teru, Angie, and Panette unable to sleep, and Eggman takes power. 247 million perished. Which, you know what? I mean, fair. And now here we are as Yuma attempts to climb a tree, but Barbara falls onto both of them, killing them both. Teru, Mizuki, and Kyoko. I'm sorry, Teru challenged Mizuki and Kyoko to an even goes pancake eating competition. And I'll tell you what happens. Joining March 7th from last game, we see Mizuki this game. We'll make sure I write Lil Mizuki so I know which one. Lil Mizuki walks in and walks out belly full of pancakes, going to that World Pancake Championship match. Angie, Panette, Monokuma, and Kokichi are out hunting for their tributes. Halara plants flowers around their campsite, and Eggman gets a hold of my soundboard and plays I Want It That Way, but he won't be playing it for too long because, well, admittedly, we're about to have a sad moment, aren't we? It's about to be the saddest of all moments, and it does take us to our saving grace picks. So they didn't want it this way. Yuma didn't, and neither did Barbara. But that's how they got it. Any way you want it, that's the way I need it. But they didn't want it that way. We are down to 9. Your final 9, and when I think about that, that was 1/2 Praise and Aru, and 1/2 Memory is Key. We do still have 2 full teams in that case. I ate that Hedgehog and Ghostbusters, and I'll let you know that because you might need some new picks. Do ya? Because if you do, well, I mean, we can make them because that's the thing that we do. We make the picks and they're saving and we grace them. Look, y'all know that we just did this. It's your save and grace picks. Gamble Pays Off has not sounded this alarm yet. Will they be a team that retains the tag team titles? They've already kind of made a name for themselves last year by causing the Chaos Transferal and at the end of the season getting those titles back. Could they start it this season by still retaining those titles? That's something that we might want to take note of. Because, like, a back-to-back-to-back performance like that is what really got the homies in. It's what got the Hornbearers, Sato, and Rantaro into the Hall of Fame. If they are somehow able to retain today, I think they're gonna be in that discussion. Gamble Pays Off, making a name for themselves. Let Him Cook. Teru, he's like, come on, I need that tag team title. Give it to me. Give it to me, titles. Give it to me, titles. Will he do it for Guinea Boy? I hate that hedgehog. Well, they hate that hedgehog. What more can I say? Both of them are still in purely due to their hatred for the hedgehog. Will it be Monokuma and Eggman who take those titles? Ghostbusters, however, you never count out Kokichi. Every AV said it, you never count out Kokichi. Panette is hanging in there too. Both members of the Ghostbusters carrying on for Gonta. Will Gonta hold tag team gold because of them? Fantastic gymnastics. Will it be Miss Mizuki carrying on for Violet and Akane? Will it be fantastic gymnastics here today? Kyoko has won the tag team titles with some team with the braids, I think. Will she do it this time with young Yuma and Mr. Hajime? Will Hajime get another tag team championship under his belt? Yuma, it would be his first as well. And lastly, we could still see a chaos transferal if Angie says, well, it's time for me to win those tag team titles again. Let's do it. We'll see. First, second, and third. Live chat. Make those picks. And while if you're here and you're not subscribed, which is strange if you made it this far and you haven't clicked subscribe, you better do it. Go do it. There's like 15 other seasons you can catch up on. Get in there, do your thing. Ridiculous and unheard of. We're creeping ever so closer to 5,000, so you know, go do click it, do it or not, or don't. Do whatever you want. I'm not your mom. I'm gonna make my picks though. For first, I gotta stay with the Ghostbusters because you can't count out Kokichi. I'm gonna actually just pick my row again. Give me Ghostbusters, I hate that hedgehog, and Fantastic Gymnastics. All three of my picks are still technically in. I was like, this row's gonna cook, and right now, in terms of the rows that are cooking, they cook the most. That being said, we can see that row just get out entirely in just a moment because it is time to make do. It's time to collect. It's time to see who walks out of here as tag team champions. Teru. I hate that hedgehog. Ghostbusters. Fantastic gymnastics. Memory is key. Praise and a rue. All for Gamble Pays Off Tag Team Championships. No new champ alert just yet. No chaos transferal. All there is are all these competitors with the same heart, the same pulse, the same fate as that of a samurai woman. Your final 9. Let's see how it all plays out. Will we be sounding that siren? We will not, but Teru almost sounded the end of his game. As he unknowingly eats toxic berries, the champion panics and tries to cure Teru and succeeds. Monokuma convinces Mizuki not to kill him, only to kill her instead, so rest in peace to Mizuki and her dreams. Eggman accuses AV of not being the real AV. How could you? Angie gets a hold of my soundboard. A cacophony of music plays as Panette is beaten to death with it. Goodness gracious. And Kyoko and Kokichi huddle together for once. It's a little bit awkward. Now Kokichi all alone as we go to the feast. And the feast says, this is the cornucopia, and it's filled with food, weapons, and memoirs from the tributes families. Halara decides not to go, Eggman doesn't go either. Kokichi says that bears gotta go, and just like that, I believe everyone is now on their own. As Monokuma explodes, Kyoko and Angie fight over raw meat, but Angie gives up and runs away, and Teru unfortunately bleeds out due to untreated injuries. Maybe it's like a side effect of those toxic berries, but we are down to your final 5? Halara, Eggman, Kokichi, Kyoko, and Angie, final 5, and next round sees day 4 with Angie being stronger than she appears. Kyoko collecting fruit from a tree, rather. Kokichi saying, forget Samurai Woman, it's time for Ben 10. It started when Eggman tried to overthrow AV. All of a sudden, he fell miserably, but survived thanks to Halara, cause she's pretty neat. It's Ben 10. Get me out of here. Hey, you know what? At least it rhymed kinda. We'll proceed. Oh no, wait, wait. All right, well, I was expecting to turn that off and play the other music, but I suppose it's time for musical chairs. Oh my gosh, and as the music begins to play, the steel chairs are placed all over the arena. Anyone who's not on a chair will be eliminated. Angie sits on an invisible chair. Nobody buys this though, and Angie is eliminated. Halara spots a chair at the bottom of a cliff, jumps off, but misses the chair. And that's a big ol' yikes, and with that yikes, Eggman, it's a new champ alert, first of all, hits Kokichi with a chair, then immediately sits down afterwards, ensuring Kokichi does not survive the event, and Kyoko can't find a chair anywhere and is forced to face elimination, which means there will not be any sort, no sort of crisis of fate. No, who will it be? Because the answer is clear. There's no more words in the simulator, because after these fallen 8, after this final terrible turn, this only terrible turnabout of the episode 4, Mizuki, Panette, Monokuma, Teru, Angie, Halara, Kokichi, and Kyoko. One egg stands tall. One egg stands tall. As I said, that song that was playing in the musical Chairs event is called No More Words. And that was the truth. After that event, there were no more words. Just one winner, because that winner. You know, a lot of people have been saying this recently, especially in the AWE with Sonic.exe. A common phrase has been uttered saying, "I hate that hedgehog," something we hear very often from Eggman, but something canonically we've actually heard from Monokuma, and it is their shared hatred of that hedgehog that brought them together, and now it is that shared hatred of that hedgehog that has bought them both championship gold, because I can say with honesty and sincerity, with pride, your winners and new Danganronpa Hunger Games Tag Team Champions Monokuma, Dr. Robotnik. I hate that hedgehog. I hate how he runs around and how he collects those rings, and I hate how he can't swim, and I hate how he blurs, and I hate that hedgehog. Well, good job. Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Eggman. Both of them, I think, were in the final 10 too. I think, yeah, Monokuma got 7th. And once again, the row that I said was gonna cook, they did cook. They were from that row. Good job to you, Eggman. I hate that hedgehog. I know a lot of people in the chat are like, Eggman, let's go. I'm kind of excited for Eggman too. Eggman and Monokuma walking out as tag team champions. Kyoko 2nd place, Kokichi very 3rd. Didn't want to count him out. He was real close. Halara 4th, still close to retaining that title, but couldn't find a chair, or did find a chair but didn't land it. Angie in 5th, Teru 6th, Monokuma 7th, Panette 8th, Mizuki 9th, and rounding off your top 10 was Miss Barbara. That is the story of our game, and what a game it was! Ending with that sweet arena event. No more words except that your champion in tag team action is Eggman, and who knows? Eggman could be a champion, a tag team champion rather, in the AWE very soon. Let's see how that all plays out. I'm unsure, but what a match that was. Proceed again. We have Maya starting the whole thing by getting bopped by a fellow horn bearer. It all ended with Kyoko not being able to find a chair, but more importantly, Eggman seeing Kokichi bashing him in the back with a steel chair as Kokichi falls to his knees. Eggman sits on that chair and watches Kokichi being forced to leave the arena, and watching as the titles come to him. Eggman, he hates that hedgehog. We'll proceed once again. What a match! What a match! I'd love to see it. 5 KOs for Kokichi, 4 for Monokuma, 3 for Kyoko, 3 for Mizuki. Angie, Juzo, and Noir all had 1, and so did your winner, Dr. Robotnik. Eggman, congratulations. And you know what? If you pay attention to the other member on his team, I guess Monokuma did the heavy lifting when it came on to taking people out, which, you know, makes sense. It does make sense. What a show. What a doubleheader. Two very different games, but I loved them both, and I think we clock in under an hour. Which is kind of what I was hoping for. I was hoping for right around an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll go back to the reaping. Congratulations to your new tag team champions. I Hate That Hedgehog. And if you have any ideas for any new tag teams, make sure to enter them. I think we might let OCs have a week next week for their premiere. I was thinking about just saying, hey, let's just do it on Sunday, a doubleheader. But I'm thinking, you know what? Let's just let them have it. And that also gives you another week to enter. Any team ideas that you have, remember, the tag team suggestion box is open. It's still filled with a lot of your tag team suggestions for the past, but go and fill any new ones if you got them. Or put them on the Discord or on the Reddit. Do whatever you gotta do. We got a lot of places we check pretty frequently. Or put them in the comments if you want, to be honest. Thank you so much for watching. It is the sweet 16th season, and we're gonna have a good time. Retribution Rumble stuff will be starting, well, after the OC premieres. So I'm excited for it, and until then, toodaloo, Flight Crew. Thank you for watching. Take us out.